Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash La'aywalam Yum. I want to give double honor to all the elders and apostles of Yasharallah. Strong shalom to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truthful sincerity, teaching me sound doctrine. I want to give thanks also to the men on the highways and the byways doing this work diligently, making their calling and their election sure. Strong shalom to you, few sisters out there enduring and overcoming too as well. This brother Kazak coming back at you with another video through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I want to give thanks to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for giving me the spirit to, continue on through this series that, I started to, thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for giving me the spirit to, do this lesson. You can never thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushua enough, man. You can never thank them enough. You gotta, stick to this wisdom that the Lord gave us, man. We're gonna go into another part 2 of wise words. I did a part 1. This is now part 2. Hopefully, this is edifying. We're gonna go over just some basic wisdom. There's some things that you don't that you don't read every day. Some things you don't hear every day. Just to give you more oil and more, fire to keep going, right? The only, how can I say this? You can only find true wisdom in the scriptures, right? Everything else, okay, you can feel like, you learning something from a different avenue, outside of the scriptures, but when it comes to the scriptures and reading over these wise words, man, it's like, nothing compares to it. No geometry, no history that the Edomites have done, no science, none of that, man. Nothing compares to this truth. Nothing compares to the wisdom that this truth gives you, man. And this is ultimately the wisdom and understanding that our people had that Yahweh gave to us, right? But we have turned our back on it, But it's so good to come back into this wisdom, come back into this knowledge, right? We're going to get into some wise words. Ecclesiastes, right? Ecclesiastes. I started with Proverbs, last wise word. Just going into the Proverbs, reading it, going over some scriptures, letting the Spirit work through it. And we're going to do the same thing with this, man. Let the Spirit move, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem, man. So, this will be who? This will be Solomon. Solomon is the son of David, man. Solomon is the son of David. He was known as the preacher, the wise man, He was the king in Jerusalem, right? It was peace under Solomon, peace under David. It was after Solomon when the kingdom split, right? Because that was the Lord judging us, But this is the words of a preacher. This is the words of a prophet, if you got ears to hear, man. This is the word of a prophet. So verse 2, it says, vanities of vanities, said the preacher. Vanities of vanities, all is vanity. A lot of people in this world cherish the things that they have, whether it's family, whether it's cars, whether it's clothes, whether it's a job, your house, anything. You cherish these things on this earth, but it is all vanity, man. Even your own life is vanity. You understand? Let's look up that word vanity. What do the word vanity mean? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. The word vanity, Salakia. Google be doing shit that you don't really want it to do, but hey, we're going to keep it moving. Vanity, right? Excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements, right? Right? The quality of being worthless or futile, right? Or futile, right? You know, this is what vanity is. And the preacher said all is vanity, right? Everything is vanity. Everything is worth the quality of being worthless, especially in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You understand? This is crazy, man. Excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements, man. A lot of our people have pride. A lot of our people have vanity, man. You know, they caught up in how they look. You know, the outward appearance. When the scriptures let you know that it's the inward, it's the spirit, it's the soul. You understand, that has to be corrected. You know. It has to be corrected. Your mind has to be corrected. Your conscience has to be corrected into what? Into something that is holy. That's why the Lord, is going to make a new covenant, put the laws and statutes and commandments on our inward part. Because everything that we possess right now is filthy, man. You know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, and we surrounded by a lot of flesh, man. Surrounded by a lot of vanity. And that's all America pushes, excessive pride, you know. Excessive pride, come over and live the American dream. You know, get it started from the bottom, you know. Things like that, you know. Get your picket fence and come over and start your businesses, live the American dream. That's all doing what? Attaching itself onto your pride. So you can do what? Go out and work and do all this and do all that just so you can have the different type of luxury things. There's nothing wrong with having luxury things, but you got to understand that it's a balance. You got to have a balance, and you got to know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has more power than your damn gun, or than your damn job, than your damn boss, or your damn house, or anything like that. You cannot put these material, temporal things over our power, and that's been our problem, man. Following the ways of the heathen. These are the things that the Gentiles seek. They seek housing and clothing and things like that. We supposed to be knowing, as being a spiritual people, we supposed to know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to take care of us, man. That the Lord, that God, you understand, is going to take care of us. That's what we supposed to understand. That's what we supposed to latch on to. But our people are foolish, sottish children. We follow after the ways of the Gentiles. Those are the things that the real natural Gentiles seek, not Yasharallah. But we are calling evil good and good evil, right? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. You know, you can't be out here super prideful in your own achievements, man, or how you look. You know, you can't be doing that. You can't be all out here, you know, being all state. You know, you gotta be content with the things you have and remain humble. Yahweh is coming back for the meek, man. Yahweh is coming back for the meek, right? And so Ecclesiastes 1 and 2, vanities of vanity, said the preacher. Vanities of vanities. All is vanity. All is vanity, man. Nothing in this world, you understand, can compare to the truth. Can compare to the scriptures, man. Nothing in this world. Everything is vanity. Everything, you know. Continuing on, verse 3, it says, what profit have a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? That's letting you know that's a question. What do you profit from? You know, you go over, you labor, you working 12-hour shifts. You know, some working, you know, overtime and this and that. You know, doing crazy things to get money, to labor, to get what? To get what? They wanted to get, you know, clothing, housing, things like that, get the best things. You understand what I'm saying? So the scriptures right here is saying that it is pretty much vanity. You know, what profit have a man of all his labor which he taken under the sun? What profit you? You know, that's the question being asked. Okay, it's taking care of the immediate things now. You know, all right, it's taking care of the immediate things now to the point where you comfortable, you think you're doing things like that. You know, it's like constant messages popping up on my what's the name? But yeah, what profit of the man, you know, of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? So you comfortable, you know, you in a state of peace right now when your people are in turmoil, you know. That's the type of things you're doing, you know, with your vanity. But the preacher let you know that don't take too much comfort in that, man. The scriptures let you know that when they say peace and safety, then shall they receive utter destruction, roughly paraphrasing. You know? You gotta watch yourself, man. You gotta watch yourself. You gotta have balance. Because the Lord said what? What's that? Proverbs 11 and 1. It says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, man. So you got to have balance in this thing. You can't be too over much righteous, you understand? Or you can't be so invested in the things that you acquire in this world, because it's vanity, you know? These are just wise words, man. You know, Salakia for my speech impediment, you know. Sometimes I'll be stumbling in things, but listen, I get the point out, you know. Through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I get the point out. But, you know, everything is vanity, you know. And that's what we're going into, this false balance. This false balance of people loving merchandise rather than the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know? Let's get back to that Ecclesiastes. But this is crazy, too. This is wisdom, too, as well. We might as well keep going. You know? Don't quench the spirit, right? Proverbs chapter 11, verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom, right? Right now, you know, we receiving wisdom because we're coming back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, making supplications and becoming low. You understand? Humbling ourselves down, knowing that we done fucked up. So we start praying to the Lord, become low. That's why we acquired this certain amount of wisdom. All we do is we'll read over Deuteronomy chapter 28, and we'll read over Deuteronomy chapter 28, right? To somebody that's not in the truth, they'll think we all wise. All we did was break down Deuteronomy 28. To somebody in the truth, you know, that's knowledge that's you know, common, right? That's knowledge that's common. But to somebody that's outside of the truth, that knowledge right there is everything. That's something that they never knew before, you know? So we got to pay attention to that, man. He's given us wisdom that majority of the people do not have. And I told you in the last video what the fear of the Lord is the first step to being accepted of him, right? Was that Sirach chapter 19, verse 18? That's the first step. So you got to do what's required of you and stop accepting these gifts, man, just to obtain housing and the good cars and things like that. Man, be content with what the Lord give you instead of chasing and trying to get your kingdom of heaven now. Trying to chase after a dollar when you should be chasing after the kingdom. Like the scriptures say, seek ye first the kingdom, and then all things will be provided unto you. You know, our people want things now. We like the elder generation like to call us the microwave generation, right? We want things instantly. But like the scriptures say, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. That's how all sin starts, from pride. Like the scriptures say over in Sirach, that pride is the beginning of all sin. You understand? Pride is the beginning of all sin. Through the woman's pride of wanting to be all seeing, all powerful, what did she do? She listened to the serpent, or she listened to the deceiver. You understand? And took a hold on that forbidden knowledge, on that forbidden fruit, like the Christians like to say, or that forbidden, you know, wisdom that we do not supposed to have, worshiping other gods and idolatry and all of that stuff, man. We wasn't supposed to have that. You understand? The laws were written on our inward parts, but through pride and through deceit and through sin, death came into the world, man. You know, the Lord made Adam perfect. The Lord made us perfect. But through pride and through deceit and through going off and through our mind being wicked as hell, like the scriptures say, we deterred away from our truth. We erred from the faith. You know? Verse 3, it says, the integrity of the upright shall guide them, But the perverseness of the transgressor shall destroy them. So through your sin, you shall receive what? Death, man. Like the scriptures say, it's not the Lord that enticed you to go off. It's yourself being enticed, right? Through temptation, through lust, bring forth sin, and after sin, when it is finished, it is death, man. It gives you death because the wages of sin is death. It is our mind that goes off or goes astray, so it should be your mind to seek the Lord 10 times more, to seek the Lord 10 times faster, man. Your perverseness will destroy you if you remain transgressing the Lord's word, man. Especially if you know this truth and you constantly go off. You constantly break the covenant which you made with the Father. Everybody that came into this truth, you made a new covenant with the Father. If you got ears to hear, you made a personal covenant with the Father. You don't have to be amongst the whole nation. You gave your word to go on this walk with the Father. You signed a covenant with the Father. You came into this truth and you said you're gonna present your body as a living sacrifice. You understand? So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So you gotta do what you promise, man. If you make a vow to the Lord, make that vow. If you make a vow to the Lord, keep that vow, man. Because the Lord made a promise to our people and he's keeping it to this day. You know? Verse 4 says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. So this literally letting you know that righteousness will deliver you from the day of wrath. Righteousness will deliver you from the day of judgment, from the day of death. And what is righteousness? Let's get it. Then we're going to come back to that. What is righteousness? Deuteronomy chapter 6. We're going to start at verse 24. It says, and the Lord commanded us to do these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God as he hath commanded us. Right? So this is our righteousness. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is why these wise words are important to read. You understand? Because it gives you oil. It gives you wisdom. And even if you read it before, read it again. Because this is living waters, right? The waters never remain stagnant. Ever. You read over something, read it again, you're going to get something else from it that the Spirit is going to give unto you. Constantly read over your scriptures, man. You know? Proverbs chapter 11 in verse 4 again, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. Right? Doing the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Yasharallah, that will deliver you from death. That will deliver you from the day of wrath, from the day of judgment, from that dark and gloomy day, right? If you want to enter into the kingdom of heaven, you know, blessed are those that keep the commandments, right? You know? Continuing on verse 5, it says, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness, right? So the law, statutes, and commandments will direct the true saints of the Lord, but the ones that are perverse, the ones that are wicked, shall be destroyed in their own wickedness, man. You know? That sin that you are doing will ultimately take you the fuck up out of here if you do not show remorse, if you do not repent and turn back to the Lord. It's open up to you, Yasharallah. It's open only unto you. Take advantage of it, man. You know, take advantage of it. Verse 6, the righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness, man. You know, verse 7, it says, when a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes, man. You know, when a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, his expectation shall die. What he want in life shall die right along with him. What he thought about, everything that he did, you know, his thought process, the way, you know, he carried himself, that all died with him, man. He's a wicked ass man. You know, fear the Lord that can kill the body and the spirit. Don't fear man that can just kill the body. You know, you gotta pay attention and watch, man. Choose who to fear. Choose who to fear. You know, choose who to fear. Uh, verse 9. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. Through knowledge shall the just be delivered, right? We are getting back that water. We are getting back that milk, that honey, that oil. You understand? That wine, that true wine, that true food, that everlasting food that will keep us sustained forever. That's what we getting back, man. You know? That's what we getting back, and that knowledge shall do what? That knowledge shall deliver us. This knowledge that we have right now shall deliver us from the day of wrath. But if you are a hypocrite, you out here to destroy your damn neighbor, destroying your brother. And we know what the scriptures say, right? If you don't love your brother, how can you love Yahweh, who you have not seen, but you hate your brother who you have seen every day? It don't make no sense. That's what the scriptures say, man. You can't say that you love Yahweh, but you hate your brother that you see every single day. You hate your neighbor that you see every single day. You hate your fellow Israelite. You can't do that, man. If you have hate in your mind, you are a murderer. That's what Yahweh said. You understand? Gave that understanding of it. If you hate in your mind first, because that's where it begins. Before you even pull the trigger, you have to despise that person in your mind. You have to, come up with different thought processes of wickedness. You have to think out the plan and things like that. Way before you even pull the trigger, you already murdered them in your mind. So you got to love your neighbor and don't be a hypocrite, man. If somebody doing something and you rebuke them on it and you doing it, that's fucked up. Don't be no hypocrite out here, man. Keep your mouth shut. If you out here doing shit, keep your mouth shut, man. Don't be out here trying to judge people and then go into your house and do some fucked up shit. Trust in the Lord, man. Change your ways. Don't have a beam in your eye for your brother. You understand? Don't have a beam in your eye for your brother when your shit at your house is messed up. These are wise words, man. Don't be a damn hypocrite. Right? Let's go back to that Ecclesiastes, man. Getting these wise words out, man. I'm going to do another part to this because that's what the Spirit wants. Ecclesiastes 1. And let's get some more real quick, some more wisdom out of this. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 4 says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So when the nuclear missile fire comes, you don't have to worry about the earth, Yasharallah. The earth abideth forever, right? You understand? One generation cometh, another generation passes away. It's the people that move. The earth abideth forever. Even though the earth has lost its youth right now, but when the kingdom of heaven, when the kingdom of rulership, true rulership, is established, the earth will regain its youth. You understand? But the earth will abide forever. It's the people that's constantly changing, generation after generation. This is why we go into the scriptures, and the scriptures bring out regeneration or reincarnation, right? Because we're constantly cycling. You understand? The spirits that are here now been here before. You understand? There is no new thing under the sun, and this is about to bring it out. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 5, the sun also arises, the sun goeth down, and it hasteth to his place where he rose, right? So this is wisdom right here. The sun goes up, you know what I'm saying? The sun goes up, do his job, and goes down. You understand? That's what it does. That's the cycle that the Lord put it on. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what the scripture is saying? Salaki. The sun also arises, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he rose, or where he arose, right? This is just wisdom. Verse 6, this is where Esau get his science from. You understand? This is where this is where everything stems from. From the scriptures, man, this is wisdom. Verse 6, it says, the wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north, it whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits, right? According to its circuits. So the same wind that you will feel on your face once it passed, you understand, it'll go on its circuit and then come around again. You might feel this, You might feel the same wind, 10, 15 minutes later after it completes its cycle? Or if it's real windy, you understand, you'll probably feel it more frequently, you know? But this is wisdom right here, let you know the circles that the wind go on, man. You know, this is wisdom that our older brother had, King Solomon, from the tribe of Judah, from the seed line of David, right? From the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, this is our family. So if this is their wisdom, this is our wisdom too. If these are their wise words that they produced through the Spirit, these are our wise words that we can read through the Spirit, right? You know? Continuing on verse 7. All the rivers run into the sea, right? Yet the sea is not full, right? Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again, man. So if all the rivers run into the damn sea, but the sea is not full, why do you think that is? Why do you think the sea is not overcoming the land? Because it's boundaries that the Lord have set up. Even the sea obey the Lord, man. You know? Verse 8, it says, all things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. So what is this saying, man? Everything that you see, you're not seeing when you see how can I say this? When you see something, or when you see things, you're not seeing the whole picture. You understand? Like when you're walking outside in a forest or something, you looking around, you got a primary visual, you understand, of what's going on, but then you got to understand it's secondary visuals. You understand, where you don't see the ants that's crawling on the ground, or you don't see the birds that's above you. You don't see the caterpillars on the trees. You know what I'm saying? You don't see things like that walking through the forest unless you up close. But you see the trees, you see the grass, you see the sun, you see the sky. You know, you see all of the big things, right? So this is what this is saying, man. You see, but you don't see all the way. You hear, but you don't hear everything. You understand? This is what this is going into. I'm going to read it again. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 8, all things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The eye is not even satisfied with seeing. Do you know it's shit on this earth that the Lord have kept hidden? Do you know that the scriptures bring out that it is an actual lizard, a Godzilla, which is God's lizard? That's what it's called, right? God's lizard, right? It's an actual beast hidden. I think in the Marianas Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. I don't know where it could be hidden at, but it's shit on this earth that your eyes have not seen. So your eyes are not satisfied with seeing. And then this is also going with the scriptures too as well. Some men are coming to this truth, right? They think they got all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for being in here for 5, 6, 7, 10 years. So they think they know everything already. So their eyes are satisfied with seeing. So they go back into the world. Their ears are satisfied with. Their ears are filled with. They think their ears are filled with hearing. So they go back into the world. They don't want to see this no more because they think they know everything already, or they think they know everything to what this truth is about. You know. So they end up going back into the world. You know, shit like that. So this is deep, man. You know, whether you seeing in this truth or whether you seeing just in natural life, you're not seeing the big picture, man. Period. Whether you seeing in this truth or whether you seeing in actual, visual life, when you're driving or when you're going through, forests and going on walks and shit like that, you're not seeing the big picture. You're not. You're not. And it's impossible for you to see the big picture until the Lord gives us what? Gives us all knowing, right? In the kingdom of heaven, right? That's going to be right here on earth, because the saints shall take this kingdom. The saints shall take this kingdom and usher in a new rulership under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So hopefully this was edifying, man. Yasharallah, attend to these wise words, man. There's wise words all throughout the scriptures. It's just not in Proverbs or Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus. It's all the scriptures is wise words, man. All these words are spirit, man, and truth. And it's the spirit that gather us, man. You understand? It's the spirit that gather us together on one consent, on one truth, on one sound doctrine, man. And hopefully this was edifying once again, Yasharala. I want to end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Want to give praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Peace and salutations to all you men on the highways and the byways doing this work diligently, making that calling and their election sure. Strong shalom to you few righteous sisters out here doing this work diligently too as well. You know, doing what you can to help out. Um, Also, I want to give thanks to all the angels that's recording everything we do. Hopefully, this is edifying. And once again, strong shalom to the nation of Yasharala. On to the next one.